Wow, pretty great day so far, hey? It's some fantastic speakers and a really great audience. When I was dreaming up or pondering about getting back here, I thought of kind of coming on stage like Steve Ballmer, but I don't know how many creatives would have got it, so I decided not to. First off, thanks to everyone who screamed so loudly for me last year. It was great, thanks. Okay, so last year I introduced you to an electronics club we started, and I thought I'd give you a quick update on what we've done in the last year. We launched the Mobile Device Lab for software developers to come and test their products on real devices. So specifically for startups that don't have money to buy a lot of hardware, you can come and test on real hardware in our lab. We also hooked ourselves up with a 3D printer. The local community was quite excited about 3D printing, so we decided to launch a 3D printing workshop. We invited 3 local schools and some entrepreneurs to come to the program. It's a 12-week program. You learn to build your own 3D printer, and then all the skills required to design a model and print it. At the end of the 12-week program, they take the printers and go hopefully create awesome stuff at their schools. Okay, so for those of you who don't know me, I run My Commerce, a software development company, and I try to help people earn money or save money through the use of technology. I am also the co-founder of a non-profit incubator called the Garden Route ICT Incubator. So I'm going to rant a little bit first and then hopefully give you something to look forward to. So at the moment, failure is being drastically over-glorified, and everybody says you have to fail, you have to fail, you have to fail, but what you have to do is learn from failing. So the goal is success. And success is not about me or you. Success is about a goal that we set. So you need to set measurable, achievable goals in order to determine whether they have been achieved or not. So for most people, it would be some form of financial reward. In this room, generally the tone is start your own business, but not everybody is destined to be an entrepreneur. For health reasons, I advise not to. You can really make a lot of money as an employee, but everybody is suited to different things. To start off with, you need to do something that you really enjoy. You've got to love it. You've got to be addicted. If it wasn't for the fact that you needed to eat, you should be willing to do it for free. If you're not willing to give that level of commitment, then you're doing the wrong job. Next up, you need to take ownership of absolutely everything that you do. Doesn't matter how big or small the task, you need to take pride in your work, the quality of your product. You need to commit 1,000% and own every single aspect of what you do. Continuously be learning. You need to look at every step and task you do during the day and ask yourself, should you be doing it? Is it the right thing to do? Is there a better way? Why are we doing this? So that your team can grow. You need to commit. So it's quite easy to be scared when you start a new job or launching a new startup. You want to keep a job on the side or only do your startup in the evenings. But if it's going to become anything successful, you need to commit 200%. I used to DJ, and I made some decent money while I was doing it, but every hour I was out DJing, I wasn't working on my e-commerce. So commit 100%, 200%. This is just a quote from a book that was already mentioned earlier today. They're in 2 separate sections of the book, but I think they're quite relevant. At the moment, the trend is to launch businesses with the hope of selling, which is quite nonsense. So you need to launch or commit to the business, commit to something that you want to do, and hopefully it will be a success. You need to build a team. The logic would say, if you don't have money or you can't afford it, don't hire someone. I say, you can't afford not to. You need to find people better than you, people who do the things that you suck at, people who are just awesome, and bring them on board. then together with them, grow the business so that you can afford to pay them. You need to build strong relationships with your suppliers. Life happens, and when things don't go as planned, it's great for them to have your back. Stop looking for funding. If you want to launch a business, you need to be the first investor. If you don't have money, find a way to earn it. Go be a waiter, work in a pub, be a caddy, just do something. You need to be focused on getting customers and generating sales. The key to cash flow is not users, but clients who pay. During the day-to-day grind, it's very easy to get obsessed and overwhelmed with the details. So it's very important to step back and get perspective. You need to be able to look at everything that you are doing and your tasks within the bigger picture and get away from the office. Just see that things aren't actually as bad or as stressful as you think they are. You need to say no far more than you say yes. You need to set aside time specifically for networking, relationship building, going to meetings, so that you can spend the majority of your time doing stuff that's important. And the only way to truly know if you're doing the right stuff is to log your time. So it's a pain, but you need to know what you're doing so that you can optimize it. It's quite easy to say if you don't like the situation, leave. But we've all got bills to pay, we need to eat, you've got to survive. So you need to focus on the positive opportunities, the places and the things that can go right. And you need to be so overly positive that it almost seems irrational, because it is. You need to just go head first and overly commit and make it work. If you're at an event like today, you need to be meeting new people. Networking events are all about extending your network. So you shouldn't actually be hanging out with anyone you already know. You should walk around with a wad full of business cards, walk up to people, introduce yourself, hand them a card, and see if they've got something to say. If they don't, no harm done. I'd like to leave you with a mission when you leave here tonight. Be true to yourself, unless you're an ass. Be kind to others. Be mindful. And be remembered. Thank you.